Hey there, military family. I am Eric Hudson, your favorite military realtor here in the Las Vegas area. And if you just got your orders to either Nellis or Creech Air Force Base, congratulations again. Got a quick reality check for you today. Even with your reimbursements, most military families may still lose thousands of dollars during your PCS. Let's unpack where that money disappears and exactly how to keep more of it in your pocket. But before you start thinking about the Strip and Vegas excitement, we need to talk about something that catches nearly every military family off guard. What about those hidden PCS costs? I'm retired from the Air Force from up at Creech with over 12 years of real estate experience so far, helping military families just like you navigate your moves to the area. And according to Military Times survey, the average military family loses about, ready for this, $5,000 out of pocket during each one of your PCS moves. 86% of active duty families cite PCS costs as the number one reason for unexpected expenses. So if you're feeling anxious about financial side of all of this, you're not alone. Today, I'm walking you through every hidden cost of this 2025 coming into 2026 PCS season to the Las Vegas area. And I'm going to back this by actual surveys and some real family experiences. And by the end, you'll have a complete budget roadmap to avoid financial stress that catches so many families off guard. Let's start with the basics because there's confusion about what the military actually pays for. What does the military cover? If you're doing a traditional move, the DoD pays the moving company directly, and you'll receive a per diem for your travel allowance based upon the distance and your family size. And it's designed to cover your gas, hotels, and meals for a few days. You get 10 days of approved temporary lodging for your domestic moves and 30 days for overseas. You'll also receive dislocation allowance or DLA, flat sum based upon rank and dependence. For 2026, DLA rates are increasing about 4.5%. You can get 80% upfront before you move. With a personally procured move, PPM, also known as a ditty to some of us, I don't know if they still call it that. I've been retired for 10 years. The military reimburses you based on rank and distance, but you pay for everything up front and can wait for months for reimbursement. It only took me a little bit, but I kind of got screwed on this one when I PCS'd here. That's another longer story. Maybe I'll go into it one day. What the military does not cover: closing out utilities at your old place, opening new accounts here at your new place, vehicle transportation, pet costs, cleaning services, rental deposits, security deposits, restocking your pantry, or redecorating. And here's a big one that you may not think about: loss of your spouse's income during transition. 51% of military families cite spouse unemployment as a major financial obstacle. If you exceed your approved lodging days, which happens often here in Las Vegas, those extra nights, they're on you. Military.com surveyed 150 families about actual out-of-pocket expenses. Here's what adds up fast. Kitchen, spices leak or break, $30 to restock. Pantry items like oils and vinegars, they don't travel well. Budget about $100 for those. Storage containers, you lose lids. 50% of families replace them every move. About $35. Cutting boards, $10. Sponges that nobody packs, a few dollars. It seems small, but you're looking at nearly $200 just for those small little kitchen basics. What about your bathroom? New shower curtains, the liners for them. It's only $6, but it adds up. Bath mats, $2 to $20 each. Toilet bowl brushes and plungers for 2 to 3 bathrooms, $16 total. You need those immediately on day one. Home setup. Here's where it gets really expensive. Curtains are a huge cost because every house has different window sizes. $20 to $60 per window. That can add up very fast across a whole house. You need curtain rods too, cleaning supplies, brooms, mops, cleaning solutions, another $30 to $50 before your household goods arrive. The big expenses, according to the Status of Forces survey, 37% of families reported cost of setting up their new residences, curtains, carpeting, painting, as moderate to a very large problem. If you're buying a home under time pressure, you have less negotiating power. Rather than thinking about commission negotiations in isolation, remember that under tight timelines, many families feel they have less leverage overall on the entire deal. Repairs, closing costs, rate buydowns, and credits. The strategy is to focus on the total cost of ownership and the full set of negotiables, not just the one-line item. Transportation. 46% of families reported unexpected transportation costs, vehicle registration, tolls, fuels beyond per diem, and car insurance in Las Vegas. That can get high. Some families report costs tripling or quadrupling. Even if you have USA or Geico, military discounts up to 15%, you're paying significantly more than some other states. Ranges vary by provider and driver history. Get quotes early and compare options, and be very careful. Some of the insurance companies around here will give you a low initial quote, and then after 6 months, they're going to jack it up. Be very careful. Temporary lodging. 35% had unexpected lodging costs. Your orders cover 10 days, but Las Vegas, according to what time of the year it is and where you're trying to move to, can have a competitive housing market, and Clark County school districts typically require a home address with recent utility bills to register your kids. Policies can change, and there may be a case-by-case guidance. Check with the school liaison office for the current options. This pressure can force families to secure housing fast, sometimes sight unseen, or pay for extended lodging. $40 to $75 per night, depending on the season and availability. And to be honest, $40 to $70 a night is going to be in the cheap rent section. Also, remember, I'll have to probably do a separate video for this. We have school choice now here in Clark County, so you may be able to get around some of these things, especially with those military orders of yours. Now, let's talk about costs specific to the Las Vegas area. The good news, Nevada has no state income tax. Your military pay isn't taxed at state levels, and TSP distributions aren't taxed either. This saves you thousands annually compared to states like California. I know, you're probably saying, wait a minute, I get to use my state of reference anyway. But sometimes this is one of those states like Texas and Florida where people will set it as their new home of record. Just letting you know, no state income tax. BAH rates. For 2025, the BAH for Nellis increased 6.4%, and E1 with dependents gets over $1,980 monthly. For 2026, expect another increase of about 3.8%. Reality check. The median home price here is about $450,000. That's overall between single family houses, condos, townhomes, and everything. Your BAA should cover most of it. You're probably going to pay something out of pocket, and that should cover most rentals also. Utility deposits. This is where Las Vegas can hit you hard. Water deposits through the Las Vegas Valley Water District are about $150 per meter, split over the first two bills. Monthly water averages about $80 or more if you have a pool. Electricity throughout Nevada Energy requires a deposit of about 150% of your estimated monthly bill. If they estimate $150, your deposit is going to be $225. Summer electric bills from May through October can be brutal. Easily over $250 a month for A medium-sized home, I'll be honest, mine easily hit $500-600 a month. Even a typical home can run 140 to 170 during the cooler months. Gas is cheap at $20 monthly. Total utility deposits and setups about $300 to $500 before your first month's bill. Vehicle registrations, got some good news here. Active duty from out of state, don't have to register in Nevada unless you claim residency. If you do register, base fees is $30 for vehicles under 6,000 pounds. See your first sergeant. He has paperwork for you. I'm sorry, he or she. Don't want to get canceled here. Has paperwork for you where you can take it down to the DMV if you want to do a local registration. It's only like $20-30. Car insurance. This deserves emphasis. Insurance in Las Vegas is expensive. Multiple families report costs tripling or quadrupling. Like I said, USA 8 averages $1,670 annually for full coverage, still higher than many other states. This is something I hear repeatedly from incoming families. So get multiple quotes early and compare, and be very careful to read the reviews, because sometimes they give you a small quote for those first few months just so they can jack it up and get you kind of in there. And rates have been going up in the last few months for everyone. Trust me, everyone. Schools. Clark County School District is the 5th largest school district in the country. 316,000 students with 357 schools. There are no schools on Nellis itself, so kids attend the Clark County School District. Typically requires a home address and recent utility bills to register. Policies can change, like I've said before, and there's a case-by-case guidance. The school liaison office, I'm going to just say it out here. Hopefully they put it down below so you can see it, so you can give it a call. 702-652-3327, and they can advise you, but they cannot override any kind of a district policy. CCSD quick start checklist. Before you move, start a folder with the following to help out with your family: proof of address, such as your lease or utility bill, your immunization records for each of your children, your birth certificates, your prior school transcripts or report cards, and your parent or guardian photo ID. Having these items will really shorten the gap between your arrival and the enrollment of your children in school. So cost of living real quick. Overall, it is 2 to 3% above the national average. Gas prices are fairly normal, a little bit higher than some other places because our refineries are in California. We have a dry climate, which means lower humidity, but higher summer cooling costs. Let's talk about actual budgeting for this move. Your realistic budget based on research. Here's what you can expect. Now, here's where most families blow the budget, not because of overspending, but because they forget these 5 things. Immediate move-in costs, utility deposits. Again, we've talked about this, $300 to $500. Cleaning supplies, that $30 to $50. Restocking that kitchen, $150 to $200. Your bathroom, we're talking, $20 to $30. Really think about $50 for that. And then a few $100s for the first stock of groceries. And I would probably go further than that, because I ain't gonna lie, groceries have gotten expensive. Groceries have gotten expensive. Housing setup, got to get those curtains and window treatments. A few $100 for that. I'd probably set aside $500 or $600. Security deposit if you're renting. Don't forget, if you got pets, you got to find a place that will accept those pets, and then you're going to pay deposits for that. You got to look at the home repairs if you're moving into a place that you're buying, unless it's a new build home. So you may have to think about painting and stuff like that. So set aside another $1,000 or $1,500 for that. If it's a rental, hopefully they're going to take care of that before you move in. And of course, your little decorating stuff. So set aside a budget for that. Transportation, your fuel beyond your per diem, set aside a few $100s for just driving around. And when you get here, you're gonna do like most assignments, and it's gonna be a little bit different because there's so much to do here. Your first month or two, you're gonna be excited. It's Las Vegas. Budget a few tanks of gas just for that. For vehicle shipment, if needed, it's gonna depend on where you're coming from. You're probably gonna drive here unless you came from overseas. So budget 1,000. I think I paid, what was it, like $12.50 to ship one of our vehicles. The government shipped the other one. We PCS here from Hawaii. Car insurance is probably going to increase. And don't forget about $30 per vehicle for the vehicle registration, unless you're going to keep it registered in the last place. And here's one that no one's going to talk about. There's a bounty, because we have a lot of folks from other states, they don't like to change their registration over for some reason. Your neighbors can report you if they don't know that you're military, and they'll report you to the city marshals, and they get like a bounty for it. And the city marshals, if you haven't changed within 30 days, if you show them that you're military, they'll just leave you alone, okay? Just be prepared for that. It may happen. And I've talked about in another video, especially if you're stationed up at Creech, they used to, and I don't know if they still do it, they would give us vouchers we could use at the YMCA here in Centennial Hills. And the marshals would actually, for some reason, knowing that that's a heavy Creech area, would like prowl there to see if there were out-of-state tags. I don't know why. Temporary lodging beyond the approved days at $50 to $70 per night. I would probably budget more than that. There are some places near Nellis. Stay at locals casinos. You should be fine. Saturday nights and Friday nights is where it's going to be an issue. If you need an extra couple of weeks, I would probably just plain budget $1,000 for that. Miscellaneous pet care, budget a few $100s for that, maybe up to $500. If you came from overseas, you may have to put your pets into quarantine. Child care, $200 to $400. Storage fees, a few $100s. And a lot of places here don't have good storage when it comes to the houses, so you may want to look into getting a storage unit. So your total realistic range is probably going to be about $3,000 up to, according to where you move, to $8,000 depending on your situation. This aligns with that $5,000 figure we talked about from the research. So some of your money saving strategies: first, start your housing search early. More time means better deals, less rush decisions. And second, use military discounts wherever you can. USA, Navy, Federal, moving supply companies. Third, if doing a Diddy move, PPM, whatever they're calling it these days, get multiple quotes and be strategic. Fourth, build an emergency fund specifically for your PCS. If you're moving in 6 months, start setting aside $200 to $300 monthly, and you'll have plenty of money by the time you move. Fifth, keep every receipt for potential reimbursements. Spouse employment. Start the job search early. Nevada has a military spouse employment assistance program, and Las Vegas has opportunities in hospitality, healthcare, education, technology. The unemployment rate is actually, at the time of this recording, is starting to creep up, and relative to the rest of the country, it's high. Overall, it's really not that bad. The day of this recording is about 5.7%, but hopefully 2026 is going to get better. Things are not really good as of the recording of this video because of the tariffs. The entertainment industry is kind of in a doldrums right now. No lies. Emergency fund, maintain at least $1,000 separate from your moving budget. PCS moves, man, they can throw a curveball, and that cushion makes a huge difference between stress and making it manageable. Here's your quick guide. 90 days out, get your insurance quotes for Nevada, request early school records, start your housing research, and price out your moves and movers and everything else if you're doing a Diddy/PPM, and get your supplies together. 60 days out, lock in your travel dates, reserve your temporary lodging or find some kind of lodging, confirm any kind of pet transportation things you need, including kennels, line up your child care, and set up your packing and unpack days. 30 out, set up utilities to start your move-in days. Prepare your CCSD docs folder. Photograph your valuables and Pre-shop window coverings for likely sizes, but I would probably wait until you got here to see what kind of house you get. Your arrival week, walk the home, first 48 hours checklist, utilities on, AC filters, fridge, pantry essentials, shower, bath setup, temporary window privacy if needed. You may have blinds, that's a good possibility. Las Vegas has specific costs, higher car insurance, significant utility deposits, expensive summer electric and school registration timing, and that can create a lot of pressure on your family and your housing decisions. Start planning now. Build a dedicated moving budget, set aside monthly, and begin your housing search early. You've earned this new chapter. Let's make sure that it starts without any financial stress. Despite these costs, Las Vegas offers some real financial benefits. No state income tax, competitive BAH rates, and lower overall cost of living than many other areas, especially California and Hawaii. If you need help navigating the Las Vegas housing market, I'm here for you. Again, my name is Eric Hudson. I've been doing this for the last 12 years, 10 years full-time since I retired, specializing in helping Air Force families like yours. My contact information is below and in the pinned comments. Before you go, subscribe for the full PCS series and message me for the free PCS budget checklist so you can plug in your numbers today. Thank you for your service. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this one. All my military brothers and sisters, Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot. If you need anything, call, text, email. All of my information is down below. Another video should be popping up from the YouTubes, and it's going to help you in your smooth move, making this as smooth as possible for you guys PCSing here. And all the other veterans out there, I'm going to meet you over there, okay? Do me a favor, and let's go meet in the next video.